Hey guys, Moltrap here. Doing an audio commentary on the this game between Flash and Jaedong, and this is the third game in the set. And I know that Rise already did the previous two. He already did this game, but I really wanted to do this game. So no offense against him. Go ahead and watch these commentaries too. And if you haven't seen games 1 and 2 of this series, Rise has those up. So go check those out first. Yeah, this has been an absolutely amazing. These guys are, I don't know if I call them rivals because I don't really sense much hostility between them or anything like that. But they've been forced together. Basically, they've been playing a lot lately. Last week they played in the MSL, and Jaedong actually won that matchup. It was a best of 5, and Jaedong beat Flash pretty badly, 3-1 in that. And that was a pretty amazing set, but Flash put up a good fight, but he just, was no match. Well, I won't say no match, but he was just not able to match Jaedong's Zerg versus Terran play. But I do think that if anyone has a chance against Jaedong, it is Flash, though. I mean, he took that game in the MSL. Oh, so what I was saying is yeah, so after that MSL game, the very next day they played in the OSL, the first game of their OSL set. Okay, those are some cool little Zerg drawings there. They played in the OSL their first game as well, just the very next day, and here they are. This is the third set of the OSL, and they both won their sets, their groups in the GSI, but Jaedong got the second place spot in his group in GSI. So Flash and Jaedong are actually playing in the GSI next week as well. And they interviewed Flash after he won, but before Jaedong had gotten second, and he said, yeah, it seems like we're fated to play against each other because we're playing against each other so much. And so yeah, this is their basically their 7th game against each other in like 2 weeks, and then there's going to be at least a couple more coming up this next week. So absolutely crazy. And Jaedong has just been absolutely flipping dominant lately. I'm sure that almost all bets are on Jaedong here, but I mean, he's just been bowling the heck out of everyone, and not to mention that he's only recently picked up his Zerg versus Protoss, but before that, that was not one of his strong points, but he's always been known since his coming onto the scene in a big way for his Zerg versus Terran. And so, a very clever move by Jaedong here, by the way. Sneaking in his Overlord, he did not go straight to Flash's base. He put his Overlord down on he ran it up the side, and then just peeked it in there, and spotted you can spot the command center with the Overlord before the command center spots you. So Jaedong able to spot where Flash was without really revealing his position, and also without revealing that he has spotted him, which could be important as well. And now he's going to go up here and try and check out that command center. Flash, it looks like, is going to spot Jaedong on his first scout anyways, since he happens to be sending his SCV that way. So that's not going to be too big of a deal. Jaedong, yeah, again, going to sneak his Overlord in here and spot that command center and then move out of the way so he doesn't get his Overlord spotted. Just, I guess, in general, it's good not to have your enemy know where your Overlords are. Send out a little Marine and pick it off or something like that. I wanted to note, by the way, Flash set up his base in an interesting way, I thought. He put down his barracks in a kind of a funny position. And Flash getting a factory! Oh my gosh, Flash is getting a factory now. Well, okay, maybe I shouldn't panic, actually, because that's basically how he won his game in the MSL. It was on Katrina, which is what this is on, and he went for this quick Goliath build. He walled in his door, and then he went for massive Goliath. And when Jaedong switched to Hydralisk to deal with the Goliath, he got some tanks too, and the tanks just ate the Hydras, and there was just nothing Jaedong could do. It was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, he could be going for that. I don't know if he's going to go for that kind of build again. He could also just be going for quick. We've seen Terrans go quick raids. We've seen them go for quick science vessels, which is even more likely. So we'll see what he does after that factory there. But he has an interesting wall in his choke there. Another factory going down! So, wow, okay, so it appears that Flash is probably going to be doing something similar here. Again, it's hard to say. He could be setting up some kind of... Oh, okay, never mind, definitely. He's got the armor going down. He's definitely going for Goliaths here. I was going to say we might see some sort of tanks with Medic Marines push, but then you wouldn't expect him to get the factories until he got a little bit more forces out on the ground, because he has barely any Marines out right now. Only has the one barracks. Getting his gases up. So wow, so Flash is looks like he's gonna try and do the same exact thing he did before. He's got a Vulture out, and now he's putting down a Machine Shop actually. So that Vulture is probably just gonna be for harassment purposes. I would say maybe he's gonna go for like mines or something like that, but I doubt that. Just because, well, Jaedong is obviously gonna go for air, because he always goes for air, and Speedlings versus slow Vulture. It looks like those Lings are going to be able to catch up and take that Vulture out pretty quickly. So Jaedong does have his door walled off though, and he has moved his barracks. I did think it was interesting he put his barracks where he did, but he's got that. Oh, uh-oh, Flash in a little bit of trouble here. He's only got one Marine behind that blockade. He's having to pull a lot of SCVs, but I believe the supply depot is still going down. Yeah, it's still going down in hit points here, and Goliath comes in, so Flash is, well, obviously he's revealed as Goliath, but because Jaedong spotted those factories with his Overlord. But, so Flash moving in those Goliaths just in time to start picking off those Lings, because that one Marine was just not quite picking them off quick enough. So yeah, very close play there. If Flash's door had fallen there, that would have been extremely bad news for obvious reasons for Flash. Jaedong already has a Sunken Colony up. Which is interesting. Maybe a little bit premature, although I guess he could have been expecting like a very quick push, since he maybe thought there was going to be quick. Oh, never mind. Of course, he has a Sunken Colony because there was a Vulture out. Duh. Okay, so he's got that Sunken Colony because of the Vulture, and he put it in front of his base anyways, just because then it's defense in the future anyways. So, wow. So, Flash getting Goliaths out here. Jaedong has his Mutalisks out already. I'm not sure if those Goliaths are going to be mobile enough. He's going to have to run his Goliaths back and forth to try and catch up with those Mutalisks there. He's getting out of, he doesn't have any turrets down yet, and Jaedong in the back of Flash's base now, picking off SCVs. He's got no defenses back there. The Goliaths are running their way back, but in the meantime, he's getting several SCVs picked off. Finally, the Goliaths arrive on the scene, and yeah, luckily that Machine Shop was there to get some Charon boosters, which is going to be really helpful against, well, almost integral against those Mutalisks there. So Jaedong now expanding here, double expanding, basically trying to, usually you would get the Mutalisk Harass and then you would maybe get another base, but the Mutalisk Harass would be a distraction while you get Lurkers, but Lurkers are not terribly effective against Goliaths anyways, especially if there's tanks around. So he's not going to. So he's basically figuring he's going to go for a macro mode anyways, macro mode instead, and just a lot of Goliaths coming out here. It doesn't look like Jaedong is producing any more Mutalisks at the moment, which is relatively smart, because those Goliaths are just going to be able to outdo those Mutalisks. Yeah, especially now that he's massed up a certain amount. Usually, in smaller numbers, I give the advantage to the Mutalisks, but once you get that critical mass of Goliaths, they can just eat things that are in the air pretty easily. Yeah, and it looks like those Mutalisks might have spotted that. I'm not sure if they got a look at what was underneath. The observer's trying to see what's underneath there also, and it looks like I think it's a science facility under there. So he's getting the science facility going underneath that starport. It's a little bit clever by Flash to hide his building. I'm not actually sure. I'd have to check. I've never actually heard, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal in pro games to hide like turrets underneath buildings to make them unhittable, because otherwise, because you see a lot of pro gamers doing that where oh man, taking a lot of fire with those Mutalisks. Oh no, get your Mutalisks out, you can't just, oh man, that was a little bit careless by Jaedong leaving his Mutalisks there. Didn't look like he actually lost any. Jaedong, as I think Artosis said, or no, who said that? Someone said, maybe it was Chill, said that Jaedong, his Mutalisks, just don't take any damage for some reason, and so there, Jaedong keeping his Mutalisks, despite them taking a lot of damage on those turrets and what have you. Getting a second Spire up! Wow! Jaedong getting a second Spire up. So he is definitely committed to the Mutalisks. He's going to be going for dual upgrade Mutalisks, or he's possibly in preparation for maybe doing upgrades while he has a Greater Spire or something like that. But in fact, I'd imagine he's going to get a Greater Spire, because the fact that he's gotten those 2 Spires, he's going to be working on heavy upgrades for his Mutalisks. Means that, and he's actually got range upgrade for his Hydralisks, ranged weapons upgrades for his Hydralisks, and 1 Carapace for his Mutalisks. So he's going to be using those Hydras as well. And yeah, there's that science facility. He's going to be using Hydras as well, I guess, in conjunction with the Mutalisks. He's upgrading both, so he's having to split his upgrades a little bit. But anyways,